The Way of Will John.
Have you noticed something that would validate the cliche type image that people have of women in porn, or is it complete opposite, or how do you see that?
So, oh man, there's so much to unpack here. So
Good.
First of all, when it comes to my daughter, I'm honestly not concerned. I was raised the daughter of pornographers. I think I turned out great.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I also work in the adult industry, so some may argue that that is not the case, but that's just people who believe that working in the adult industry is a terrible thing,
Right.
which I don't agree with. But, to that point, if they want to believe that, my brother and my sister are two very well-balanced, healthy people. Neither of them work in the adult industry. My sister's a nurse. My brother is a lawyer and a software developer. So even if you want to say like, I got sucked into the evil vortex of porn, my brother and sister who are raised in the same family are fine. We're all incredibly close as a family, and we have no issues. So I think what is the most damaging thing about the adult industry is the stigma attached to it. I don't think that porn itself is a bad thing. So also too, you spoke about, the victimization of women in the industry. See, I find that also so interesting that people always point to women. They never talk about men. We never talk about men being victimized in the adult industry. We never talk about men being degraded. And I think it plays to this idea that women are inherently victims, that women cannot be their own, they have no agency, that they don't actually enjoy sex or being an exhibitionist. They have to be pushed into it by a pimp boyfriend or something like that. So, and all of those ideas around women and sex and porn is part of the reason why I started my podcast, because I found that to be so untrue of so many women that I work with. So many women that I work with are career oriented. They are business minded. They love what they do. They're happy to be in an environment and in a world where they don't have to be ashamed of their sexual desires. And they are welcomed and embraced, and they can make money off of it. Now, of course, that is not the case for everyone. There are people who come into the adult industry and it is not the right place for them. They have a lot of shame around sex. They have issues or trauma around sex that is not helped by, making it into a business. So it all just depends on the person. You have to be the right person for this industry. And also, Kira said it once on my show, and she said it perfectly. She's like, the porn industry is the perfect place for like a small selection of people, and probably not a good place for most people. So it's definitely kind of like it takes a unique kind of person to, I think, be in the industry and really thrive from it. But, I don't think that it's fair for us to exclude those people and those stories just because the story of the girl who got into the industry and is terribly ashamed of what she did and had a bad experience fits the narrative that we're so used to being fed. Like, what about the stories of the people who don't have those experiences? What about the stories of the people who were able to come in and like make an incredible living and invest in their future and, take care of their families? And actually, I've spoken to performers who have helped heal their sexual trauma through working in the adult industry because they were able to, practice. They were able to have sex in an environment that they felt was safe and secure. Mm-hmm. I mean, despite what you see on the screen, you're surrounded by a crew of people. I mean, obviously there's always bad apples. There's always bad directors and people, but those people are being weeded out now, especially with, like I said earlier, the social media platforms, like where, performers feel empowered now, especially with OnlyFans and other ways that they're really making money on their own to say like, hey, this is a bad director. This person made me do things I didn't want to do. I was afraid to speak up because I felt like I would be blacklisted. I'm not afraid anymore. And these people are being really pushed out of the industry. So I think you find that what's left is people who really respect the performers and people who want to create good content and people who really enjoy what they're doing. So I've just seen like a big shift in the industry in terms of the attitudes, the people in it. And I just think it's really going towards a more positive place.